Hi everyone, welcome to Expansion Scapes. And in this video, my cool friend Dariusz and I are going to share with you our experiences of the fire element. So for two and a half weeks, we have been working with the fire element, and the bigger project has been all of the elements, the 5 elements. You can check it out in the description box below. But in this video, we're going to share with you our experiences working particularly with the fire element. And I'm going to give the stage to you, Dariusz. How has the fire element been for you?
All right. So first of all, I'll explain a little bit more of what I've been doing. So again, I've been doing rituals, bringing in the energy of, mainly I'm bringing the energy of Ra, the sun god. I've been bringing in the energy of Dagda, who is also a different deity and stuff like that. He's pretty cool. I've been bringing Michael, Archangel Michael, and I've been bringing Prometheus, or as I've been pronouncing, Prometheus. Yes, he likes it as well. Mm-hmm. So I've been bringing those energies in, and it was quite interesting because even before I start working with the fire element, like we've mentioned in the previous video, there's a lot of things already aligned beforehand, at least for me, in terms of that. So let me just get basically one of the first things that happened was there was actually a summer solstice while working with the fire elements, and you also had that as well. So again, during that time, I actually went to the like a grid where there's where an earth goes with, there's like a specific line that goes different
meridian, something earth. A meridian line or something?
Yeah, I don't know, like Earth's meridian. I don't know. Okay. There's specific areas, like Egypt is one of them, for example. Mm-hmm. Glastonbury is one of them. They're basically like specific lines that go throughout the Earth. And I found out recently that one of these lines is actually going through a place not too far from me. And my friend is was organizing the summer solstice around these sort of places. So that's when we where we went. Also, during the summer solstice, I managed to, the lady was doing a drum for me. Again, this is something I've ordered before, working with fire, but it manifested during fire. So I've got myself a new drum.
Yeah. This is your special son?
Yes, it's my very special son, related to my soul thing, but it's been created, it's been painted on the summer solstice actually. So I mean, that's one thing I kind of manifested, and I also got so many things discounted for it. Like everything was discounted for it, so it's like it was meant to be. So yes, I got myself a drum. What else happened? I had some problems with setting up my business Facebook stuff, and literally the day before summer solstice, I was literally pulling my hair out because I couldn't figure it out how to do it. And literally during the summer solstice meeting, I set an intention to the earth that I want people to connect to their higher self. And literally as soon as I did that, one of the people over there started talking to me regarding, so what do you do for business? And I was start explaining what I do. And then she goes, I work with Facebook. I'm like, no way. that's so cool. So we started, she kind of ended up helping me with Facebook thing, which she didn't actually solve all of the problems, but she helped me massively with being able to figure it out. And I managed to do it, and in the end, somehow by myself, but she helped a lot to help me unravel the thing. So so that's amazing. What else? Yes, during summer solstice, I was actually also juggling fire as well. I was literally physically juggling fire. Again, that's another thing. It's working with fire. And there was a guy there who had the pole thing that you juggle at the end, and I was like, come on, I'm working with fire element, summer solstice, right? So that's another thing. What else? yeah, got the Facebook. Oh yeah, another thing, I got myself a new wand. Later on, I connected that. Yeah, I got that during the fire elements.
The fire saber.
Yeah, fire saber. Yeah, which later on, by the end of the actual fire thing, I was even doing like rituals with this, and I was like, instead of like, because basically when I do my rituals, I imagine this like blue flame. So technically, there's blue on it.
There's
so
a blue flame there.
Imagine anything, and doing that. And later on, I was even like, I had some very interesting things with the candles as well. That I'll get to in a minute, but like by the end, what I was doing, I was like channeling the energy, and I was just like lighting the energy with like the physical fire, which was also had like energy imprint in it. That's how I was like lighting up the candles, funnily enough. So that's been pretty cool. I don't know, I was just guided to do that in a way. It was quite. Oh, there was also, so during the summer solstice, I actually gave a lot to people. I gave, I did a lot of like prayer around the areas and stuff like that. Not just for me, but for everybody. And then like on Saturday, I went for the drumming circle where, and I tested out the bad boy for the first time, where I have actually been giving so many gifts throughout the whole thing. I got given the selenite, citron, which is like, I was saying, like, this is like an egg that, and citron is abundant. So it's like abundance is gonna like hatch from it, kind of.
I remember the egg in my visions too. Yeah, that's interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh shoot, I forgot about that. Yes, I also got the little heart as well, and I got also given. I don't have it on me. I've got it. It's actually charging in my. It's not actually charging. 1 second. Give me a sec. Let me find it. I got given a little. Oh, where is it? I got it. Got a little crystal, and I was like, basically they were giving these like things for people. So I got given something like this basically, and I was like, that would go perfectly on one of the ones. This is like clear quartz as far as I'm aware, right? That would go literally ideal on like some of the, like a little one, but I don't have anything like that, right? So,
well, that means it's gonna come to you, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So literally, so what happened during that summer solstice, like second day of summer solstice, like we were banging on the drum and stuff like that, and there was a ceremony with fire organized by this druid as well as a witch. They're like, they work together kind of thing, which is like, it's like such my energy. Literally, yeah. And they were doing like ritual with fire again, while I was working with fire as well. And they were doing like the ritual of letting go. You let go and put into the fire whatever you don't like, you want to get rid of. And then you write down as well the things that you do want to bring in. And like there was a ritual with like letting go. You remember
I told you the thing I was talking to you about, the when I was looking into my soul and like how did I work with fire before? And that was very similar to how I explained it to you. Like people would, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And yeah.
yeah. So there was that. And then at the very end, there was a thing with water as well. Like, and the guy was like giving out water, and I was like, I can't find, because he was going to give some alcohol or something, but he only had water or something. And I don't even know how things happen. I was like, you know what? Let me bless it for you. I had the thing. Let me just do a little thing. Like, you're doing so much for us. You gave me so many gifts, let me just do that at least. So I blessed the water and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I'm going to turn it to wine. I was like joking around it. And then later on, what we were doing, we were passing it around, right? And when it went to my turn, I realized I'm tasting alcohol. And I'm like, damn, what's that mean? And I asked him, was that water? I was like, no, I changed it in the end. Like, Jesus Christ. Literally.
Literally.
And then later on, he said, you know what? I actually have something for you. He said to me that because you've blessed the water out of your own will and you're so giving and this, that, and the other, I have a gift for you. Right? And he takes this and he gives it to me. And then he says that this is like a sacred prayer stick, prayer wand, whatever, right? And this has been like, people have been dancing around it for like 4 days non-stop. Apparently, it's one of the traditions, and it comes from America as well. I do have a lot of like connections with America, so I was like, damn! And because he said that this, like, he got given this and he needed to pass it on to somebody, and he just felt it was me because I did the blessing thing. So he said he had a gift for somebody, he didn't know who, so he chose me out of everybody else. I was like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what? This fits perfectly here. Same day.
What are you gonna do with it? And it's red too.
The thing is, I took it home, right? I took it home, and I was gonna do my rituals again, right, with my wand. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna do my ritual. And my wand, my big one, where is it? Here it is. This one. Right, it broke. The top of it broke. Like, it fell on the floor and it broke. And I'm like, come on, spirit guys, you could have just told me to use this one instead of breaking that one. You know, it didn't have to be so like forceful. Damn. All right.
They're like, yeah, but we like it dramatic. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, and we know you like it dramatic too.
Yeah. I know. The thing is, if they wouldn't have done it that way, I probably wouldn't have listened, because they already told me to use that one. Like, no, I'll use the other one. Anyway.
Yeah, I did that too. No, I don't want to do what you say. I want to do my thing.
Yeah. Like, fine. Okay, I'll use that one. And apparently this is like very sacred, as I said, prayer stick and stuff like that. And like when I do my rituals with it, it works amazingly well, and it's super light. So, and it's called like the fire, what's it called? And it's literally fires in the name. And they told me about the origins of it, that it's like the red represents the blood of the warriors who fought for a specific reason or something like that. And in here, there's like a little tobacco and stuff like that. And again, and that's from the witch. So that's from the druid, and that's from the witch. So, I mean, like, it just needs to be put together.
It's perfect, yeah.
Yeah, it's just great. So yeah, so that happens, and ever since I've been doing high magic with this primarily, as my wand didn't want it to work with me anymore.
She's a bit jealous right now, so it's okay. Give her time.
Yeah, apart from working with this bad boy, what else? The thing is, I was asking for passion for my business, and it did kind of manifest in a bit weird way, because at work, let's just say that the things didn't go too well, and let's just say because of that, I had a kick of like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So it manifested not in kind of the way I wanted to, but it manifested in a way that kind of gave me a kick, you know, like kind of passion forcefully. But it manifested. What else? Oh yeah, and there was an episode with me going out. I went out one of the days, and basically, and like I ended up having like some of the traumas resurfacing for me and stuff like that, which I was told was, again, it's for the greater good or whatever. So I had to do some healing on that. Oh,
some reluctant healing. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. And one more thing, and again, because it's today, and it's kind of connected, kind of not. I managed to buy myself something today. I managed to buy myself a Kindle. Again, Kindle 5. Kindle. Oh. Don't know what happened there. Interesting. It's black screen. You there?
I just went excited about the Kindle. Like, oh, Kindle.
Yeah, literally. Kindle. Okay. So yeah, I got myself a Kindle. Got for literally almost no money whatsoever. But I need to test if it works even. So yeah, so that's really it from me. You probably will be asking what did I learn from it? And funnily enough, I don't actually have an answer. What did I learn? Because I genuinely don't know. I didn't really explore what did I learn or whatnot. I don't know. I haven't got like nothing spectacular came apart from physical things. No spectacular knowledge as far as I'm aware. Maybe I did get some guidance on the next thing of what I'm going to be bringing in the next. But and I moved in with my business. But yeah, I didn't actually get any knowledge or any crazy insights. So that's it from me. What about you?
Well, actually, about your, like, you think that you didn't get any insights. One of the things for me is that I just noticed that when I was working with the air element, everything was so smooth, like almost textbook style learning. It was like visuals, it was models, it was charts almost, it was words, it was so hands-on. It was like, it was very textbook style. It was kind of like abstract, almost theory, like there you go, these are the teachings, you know. And with fire element, everything has been really, really hands-on. It hasn't been like, oh, these are the teachings, you know, these are the theories, these are the concepts, but everything has been through experience. And this is one of the biggest things I noticed. It was not like a textbook. It was very much like through experience, like, you know, through that fire burning. It was just experiential, very experiential. But because it's my nature to kind of sum things up, that's why I did sum things up. But you don't have to, obviously. So this was one of the things I still learned. Fire element, I still learned something, even though it was like experiential. Anyway, it's the Olga me working. So if I'm looking away from the cameras, because I'm looking at my notebook behind the computer. And another thing, another thing was it was again an experiential thing about how I write. So before I used to write in a way that was very difficult, and I always wanted to change that. And this was like, in a nutshell, it was something like that. Like I'm in the kitchen cooking, or I'm exercising, or I'm walking on the street, or I'm doing something completely not writing. And I would be always rehearsing, trying to think about what I'm going to write in my book. And I'm always writing like 1,000 books at the same time. So I'm just always thinking about like how I'm going to describe this concept or whatever. And while I'm doing something else, like cooking, I'm going to get into that state of like divine inspiration, as I feel calling it. And I get that state, and in my mind, I start to speak those words. It's a kind of channeling, but kind of not. I don't want to label it anything, but the perfect words and the perfect realizations come through. And it's like the most amazing experience while I'm cutting onions, you know? And all the words just come out and everything is perfect. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to write. And of course, this moment passes. And the reason that I do it not while writing is it's basically fear-based. It's because of fear. Like, well, I'm too afraid to do it in the moment, so why don't I practice while I'm cooking? And then the thing is, it does come, and it does happen, but it also goes away while I'm cooking. And then I'm too tired after cooking, I probably won't write. Probably I come to the computer next day, and then I start typing. And when I start typing, I'm kind of typing like a secondhand experience of it. And I'm trying to get back into it, but it never really, bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Sorry. I feel blessed.
Yeah. And it never really is that energy. So with the fire element, it actually taught me by experience. They, like my guides and the fire element, actually kicked me into it. They even tricked me into it. They tricked me into it. With that. They tricked me. They tricked me into writing when I didn't know what I was writing. And it was that vision that I told you about, the egg and the for those of you guys who may be interested in this vision, it's going to be in the book. It's too long to explain.
Spill the beans. Spill the eggs.
Yeah, it's going to be in the book. The 5 Elements book. But I did explain it to you earlier, and it was confusing. And normally my visions are not confusing. Normally, like, I just get what the meaning is. And that was confusing. Like, it was like 90% done and 10% not finished. And I was like, I told my guides, look, I'm not going to put it in my book because I don't actually have the 10% missing. I don't have the total understanding of it. So I'm not going to put it in my book. Why would I? I don't know what the meaning is. So they kind of tricked me. They said, start writing and then you will understand. And then I just trusted them. I'm like, okay, fine, but I will erase it if I won't get it. You know, I'm telling you guys, like, I will delete it. So I just started typing, and then just things started coming. Like, I got into that energy of divine inspiration, and it just went like from one topic to another, and just like started flowing while I'm typing. And normally, if I get into that state of this I would say like divine energy when I'm typing, normally I would get really overwhelmed, and I would actually have this strong urge to close the computer and run away from my room and just do something else. And I've been doing it for years, and I've been trying to heal it and fight it or something. It was like always my dream to actually stay and keep writing. And this week, I actually did do that, and it just felt like so fulfilling. And also it just made me feel so relaxed in a way that, oh, I don't have to keep writing my book when I'm cooking or when I'm out or when I'm doing something else. I can relax and leave it be. I can completely be out when I'm out, and I can walk, and I can be doing everything I want to do, present in the moment. And when I'm at the computer, let's be present with the writing. And when I'm giving myself that sacred space that I learned about from the air element, the thing comes. If you build it, they will come. If you make a sacred space, the divine something comes. And I learned this process of allowing myself to just create this like vessel when I'm at the computer, and the inspiration comes when I'm right there. So that was like a gigantic thing. I just realized that happened because I didn't actually put it in my head like before saying it right now. So that's like an example of the hands-on teaching of the fire element of like right now. Yeah. Oh, it was a red flame. Yeah. Yeah.
The top.
And also, like, if I look really burned out, it's because I am. Because the 2.5 weeks have burned me. Like burned me. If you play with fire, I guess you're gonna get burned, and it's true. And I have been burned these 2 weeks. One of the things that my spirit guides told me, I was like asking, oh, what am I going to learn from the fire element today? And my
you did that. Fire, fireball.
And my guides, I asked my guides, okay, guides, like, can you give me a question, like a guiding question, a useful question to start off my learning and stuff. And they're like, okay, how does fire help me have an easier and happier life? Oh. And I'm like, okay. So I took that question and I gave it to the fire element. Hi, fire element. And then the fire element said, well, you take all that doesn't serve you anymore, and you burn it like logs, and you use that fire to actually live, to get the energy to live, to be happy. Use the previous stuff that's done to actually live today. And I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And then I remember telling you about this. I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then I just went full on, hi, fire element, please, burn all the stuff in me that doesn't serve me anymore. I want to live like a happy life. And I remember, like, metaphysically and non-physically, I was basically all burning. Like, the whole of me was burning. And my husband was driving a car at the time in the city, and I felt myself burning. And we're going through roads, and I just felt like the Ghost Rider, like with his head on fire. My burning started with my brain, and then it went to my whole body, and it was like a bunch of like nets and constructs inside of me that didn't serve me anymore, that have been lived out. It's not that like they are useless and stupid and old or something, but it's like you have used them to live. You have used them. They have served a purpose, but now, like, you've read that story too many times. You don't need to keep rereading the same story. But you need to burn this to read a new story now, like to go to the next chapter. So I was like all burning and my husband was driving and I was in the passenger seat and I was all burning. And I tuned into the city and I felt how like actually some non-physical beings do notice this thing, like these things. And I was like a bit showing off, like,
this human is burning. What's going on? Like, she's in the car and she's burning, and like,
and she's enjoying it too.
Yeah.
And and then in the next 24 hours, we had something I decided to call divine destruction, which was like just terrible things that happened, and I don't need to explain like in detail what it is. I honestly just truly don't think that it does serve, like the details don't serve a purpose of like teaching the realizations of fire element. So, but for me it was
destruction that brought what exactly?
As a result of this burning.
Yes.
Because as within, so without, right? Sorry?
Was it useful, the destruction in the end?
I'm still burned out from it. I guess like you can feel I'm just really like there's like 10% of me that's alive and 90% has been burned or something.
Oh, bless you. I want to give you a hug. Nice warm, wet hug. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay.
Just carry on.
Okay. Yeah, so like really like terrible things happen, right? But one of the real like it had to happen, because if you're gonna be burning stuff inside of you, you're gonna be burning stuff out, as within, so without, as above, so below, everything, right? So I did not expect this, and I was not inviting anything like that. But my enthusiasm for change had the best of me, you know. So as always, yeah. So one of the really like the pearls of wisdom I would say from this would be my new definition of strength. I realized that I didn't even know what my old definition of strength was until last week. That I even had a definition of strength, because I thought strength is strength, you know. So my old definition of strength was endurance. It was basically endurance. It was like, oh, I know that I can endure the worst things in life.
That's literally endurance all over. Carry on.
Really? How? No, tell me. How?
Again, so many things. One, it's a shield. Two, it was made from a camel. Just shield that's been made from a camel, and it kind of looks like even like holds like a shield. And the shield is for endurance, and it's like carry on no matter what. That's literally what this meaning of that is actually.
Actually, the sun is my new definition of strength. Like the old definition, right, is endurance of, like, let's say you get into hunger, you get into war, you get into situations of like being tortured or doing something against your will. And I'm talking about my past lifetimes, like, and some of it from my current life and some of it from my ancestral stuff of this Olga body. Horrible hardships. And my definition of strength was actually my family's definition of strength, which means nothing can put us down. It means we can weather everything. Like, we can endure everything. And I always knew that I could. But the thing is, if I'm going to define it like that, I'm actually going to attract experiences. And I know that I'm strong. So I'm going to attract experiences of hardship so I can endure them. And that kind of confirms that I'm strong, because in my understanding, strength means endurance. So it's kind of like
but at the same time, like at the same time, if these are the things that you need to go through anyways, in one shape or form, you might as well do it like sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm really happy this happened. I'm just like really exhausted, but I'm really happy. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way. So after the divine destruction happened, my definition of strength changed into no matter what happens, I always remember, and I never lose my focus on my desire to live my full life, my full divine life of like 100% joyful life, like of its full potential. I'm never going to give up on myself. That's it. Like, I'm never going to give up on myself, no matter what happens. I'm never going to give up and like decide to quit and decide to leave, like disassociate, get out of my body, like whether like in any way, shape or form. I'm not going to ignore things. I'm not going to deny things. I'm going to stay in my body. I'm going to continue living. Like, nothing can distract me from light, and that the sun in your shield, that's that, because it's in the middle. And it's like, I'm never going to forget this light, and I'm always going to live. Like, I'm no matter what.
Yeah, that's also been appearing for me as well. Recently, like, people been mentioning how like the soul is immortal and stuff like that, and how you just are, and like even like yesterday I met up with a friend who like has been saying the same thing, that has actually stayed with me. And he actually said that, like he, during one of his out of body experiences, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he told me that he would, like, the first ever out of body experience, he was told, you have this forever, and it's like, yeah, it just is. And like, even today at work, like one of the students behind me, she was wearing that symbol, I don't know if you can see, on her, and I was like, damn, people know, or they don't know that they know.
So so it was a like redefining of my life, and I feel like because that happened, I'm going to now attract experiences not of hardships to endure, but of opportunities to thrive.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And I would be more excited, but I'm like really exhausted. But I am excited. The looks are deceiving. And it just like showed me even like I wrote it down in my notebook, a dichotomy of me and my higher self and my soul. So it's like I saw a million ways of how our lives can be destroyed any second, like randomly, accidentally, like just going down the road, like driving. Everything can happen. You can get into an accident any second. Anybody can do anything. Like there's so many ways our lives can be destroyed any moment. Because I have experienced like a very big destruction. That's why this door has been opened to me. And I started to have the eyes for this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. My life could, destroy and be destroyed in seconds right now. But I also watched how my higher self, I felt my higher self, my soul, doing the divine orchestration of, I am doing this divine destruction for you in a very careful way, because this is what you need right now to grow. This, you, Olga, personality, incarnation, you need this to grow to the thing where we both, we planned before being born here. So it's like, I felt like kind of like my own personal God, which is my higher self, and then it's connected to like the one whatever
personal God, which is that was my intent for everybody, for people to be able to connect to their higher consciousness, their higher selves, and that is your like inner God or inner goddess in that particular.
Yeah, and I've seen it before in my other perception of what my soul is. But yeah, I learned that I am always extremely protected by my soul. Mm-hmm. And it's just like became kind of transparent, like, oh, I kind of got a glimpse of my soul, because I felt it at play. It, like the divine hand of my own personal God went and destroyed some stuff, but it was very careful and it didn't destroy more than necessary. And I felt also at the same time of destruction, I felt extreme protection, because I knew that it was destroying only what was needed so that I could actually thrive. And I was like, wow, I feel so protected and so orchestrated. I don't know. Anyway, it was great. I wrote much more in my book on this experience. And I'm still kind of like in this process of like, oh, I'm still burned out. But thank you guys for watching.
Before we finish, I do have another story that I forgot to mention with candles. There was a time where I asked the universe, or it was like, show me what the fire does, like show me what the fire can do, or whatever, teach me about the elements, like Olga has, like, because Olga knows everything, and she has all the knowledge and all the insights, and so yeah, it's true. Anyways, so there was this thing where like the universe or the spirits I was working with, they told me to literally imagine that I'm burning, and I have been, and I've been literally burning. I was like, okay, cool. And I was invoking that fire even more and more. And that same day, I wanted to buy myself some candles, because funnily enough, I run out of candles during the fire. I didn't buy any in the future, so
perfect
I went
timing.
And I went to the shop, I bought myself some candles. Like, oh my god, they're on offer, only £3 for like a massive candle. That's really good. So I went in there, I'm about to pay, and the lady, no, it's £4. Oh, you took the wrong one or something like that. I was like, well, I would like someone to take me then, whatever. Apparently they're all like £4. And the lady was, oh, sorry, there's nothing I can do. This is the price, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know my rights as a customer. It says £3 here. I'm getting it for £3. Oh, sorry, I can't do anything. Can I speak to the manager, please? Oh, manager's on holiday. Oh, blah, 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 blah. yeah, take me to the manager, like, and then she goes, manager's on holiday. Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll do something. We'll do something. We'll cut the price or something. We'll manage something. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Thank you. Thank you. So I was the only person who managed to get 2 of those candles for a reduced price, where everyone else got like, you know, a higher price. So I was like, it's like, what is the lesson there? You know, I was like, I got candles for like £1 cheaper. £1 is nothing, but I think what it means is like to fight for your rights and fight for what's right. Fight, like if someone said something, you know, you stand up for yourself, kind of a thing. You know, don't let yourself be neglected. And I think maybe that's the lesson for the fire that I took from it. So anyway, so that's the end of the stories. So shall we wrap up? Thank you ever so much for joining us on this expansion with the 4 elements, and today the fire elements. Yeah, I had to. The fire elements, and yeah, like, thank you ever so much. And do you want to add anything, Olga?
Yeah, so the next element is spirit or void.
Yeah.
And I already kind of feel like I got a taste of it with the higher consciousness, or like my personal guide kind of doing stuff.
Yes, same actually, in a way.
Yeah, I am looking forward for it not to be as destructive as this one. I'd like things to be gentle, yet transformative. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Yeah, see you next time with soul or spirit and void.
Spirit, soul, void, whatever. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.